Hi, I'm Jerry Gaddis, and you're watching Long Haul.
Ever since we started the Watercraft Journal, you guys have been asking for shootouts. The problem is with shootouts is that skis are often not really comparable. One is a little bit more set for lake water, the other one is more for offshore, vice versa, whatever you might have. Also, here's the other big problem. A lot of you guys are really biased. Some of you love Kawasaki, some of you hate Sea-Doo, some of you guys bleed Yamaha blue. We can't make you all happy at once. So what do? Well, we got together with Jerry Gaddis of greenholt.net, and we decided to take the two most popular, two most performance-oriented watercraft for 2018 and set them out here at this little private testing channel that we've got that Greenholt does all their testing at. Now obviously, you're looking at the 2018 Sea-Doo RXT-X 300 and of course the 2018 Yamaha GP1800. Now the GP1800 has been a fan favorite for the last 2 years as it's been dominating almost every race it gets into. The Sea-Doo's brand new and there's only a handful of guys who are out there racing them. With that new RXT-X, they're making a big push for offshore. Now, we've seen the GP sweep in almost everything it can touch, so how are these two skis gonna stack up? Well, in talking with Jerry, we had our own little biases, we had our own little information that we wanted to swap and wanted to change and see which one we thought would be the ringer. Now, Jerry, you had yourself you've had a couple GPs, right?
Yes.
Okay. And what have you seen out of the stock GP that you had before?
Very quick acceleration, little cavitation off the bottom, which is a problem. But otherwise a very quick and very good handling ski.
Yeah. Power to weight ratio is killer on that ski.
Oh yeah,
too.
absolutely.
Now the big thing going for the GP1800 is its power to weight ratio.
Correct.
Right. Because it's weighing what? About 769, right?
Yes.
Now with a full tank of gas, and gallon of gas weighs how much?
8.6 gallons?
8.6 pounds. All right. So that's an 18.5 gallon tank. That comes out to 928 pounds.
Right.
Right, okay. Now with the RXT-X, that comes in at 828, which is awesome because that's what, 80 pounds less than last year's.
That's correct.
But it's got that small tank. That's
Right.
what's 15.9.
That's right.
And that gets us at what, 968?
Yes.
All right. So that is really just a difference of about 39 pounds.
Between the two skis full of fuel.
Right.
Right.
Okay. So that's actually not too bad.
Yeah.
Okay.
Very comparable.
Right. So very comparable. And then surprisingly enough, lengthwise, you guys can see it on the trailer, these skis are surprisingly pretty close in width, in length.
Yeah. The RXT-X is considerable amount wider.
Right.
Yeah.
Yeah, way
Right.
more stable.
Yeah.
Okay. But we got the weight, we got the horsepower numbers.
Right.
Okay, we showed you guys that we topped them off. We got a full tank of fuel in both of these skis. So we don't want to hear any crying. All right? Full tank of gas, and we've also shown you how many hours are on both skis. We've got 33 hours on the Sea-Doo, and we've got just a little bit over 28 hours on that Yamaha. So it's pretty comparable, pretty close to 30 hours on both watercraft. Okay? Now I know. You guys are gonna fight over which one's better. Yamaha is better, Sea-Doo is better. You guys are gonna start sounding like this guy.
Shampoo is better. I go on first and clean the hair. Conditioner is better. I leave the hair silky and smooth. Oh, really, fool? Really? Stop looking at me, Swan.
But the reality is that you can't argue the science, and we're gonna sit there and we're gonna science it out. And just for full disclosure, Jerry, how big are you?
I'm 6'1", 235 pounds.
Okay, so you're not a little guy, you're not a jockey. Okay, so we got a full tank of gas on these skis. And we got pretty good conditions out, even though it's the middle of the day at 91 degrees temperature. And we got a pretty big guy out on those skis, so take that for what you will. Right. Now, what did you bring?
I brought the very, very accurate Vbox Sport, which measures the acceleration data, and we're measuring from 5 miles an hour up to 20 miles an hour, 30, 40, 50, 60.
Now, why are we starting at 5?
Because the ski's not stationary at 0. The Vbox, I've set the Vbox Sport to start recording at 5 miles an hour. So I'm taking off from an idle, stabbing the throttle, and it starts measuring as soon as it hits 5 miles an hour.
Okay, and I got one more trick for you.
Yeah.
Now, the RXT-X has something pretty cool in it. It's got the what is it, the launch control, right?
Yeah.
Are we going to use that?
We're not going to use launch control today because the Yamaha doesn't have launch control, so we want to compare apples to apples.
Okay, very good, very good. All right, well, we're going to go out, we're going to go hit the water. It's starting to calm down. We got a little bit of a breeze, and it's about 91 degrees outside right now with about a 5 mile an hour wind. So we're going to take it with the wind and back, and we're going to show you those numbers. Okay, so we just came back in. Jerry did about, what, 4 or 5 passes per ski?
Correct.
You got them hot. You didn't heat soak them, but
Right.
you got some heat through the engine. Went out there, ripped off a bunch of passes per ski, of course.
Right.
And now, top speed, how'd the Yamaha do?
Yamaha topped out at 69.3 miles an hour.
And how'd the Sea-Doo do?
70.6.
70.6. The
Yeah.
Sea-Doo beat it.
Yeah.
Okay. Well,
Keep in mind though, both skis are speed limited to 69 miles an hour.
Right.
So they may peak higher for a split second until the limiter kicks in and they drag back down to 69 miles an hour.
right, and they'll back off. We've seen that on most everything.
Yeah.
We've seen a lot of skis peak really, really high,
Right.
and they come down. But the big thing is how we do from 5 to 30 and then 5 to 60. Those are the real acceleration numbers that really prove which is the quicker ski.
Correct.
Now, what we're going to put up on the screen right now are 2 charts side by side. One's going to say Yamaha GP1800 at the top, and the other one's going to say Sea-Doo RXT-X. These numbers are what really is where the rubber meets the road. So looking at the Yamaha, we're looking from a 5 to 30 miles an hour at 1.68 seconds. All right, that's cooking. That's moving.
Yeah, it's pretty.
Now for the Sea-Doo, we look at the 5 to 30, and you're looking at a difference of almost 0.2 seconds. All right, we're
2/10 of a second.
2/10 of a second. So you're looking at 1.47 or 5 to 30. I'm so used to saying 0, but 5 to 30 for that Sea-Doo.
Yeah.
So it's already pulling ahead. You might have a nose on that Yamaha.
Right.
Now, when we get up to 60, which is really what most people are really cruising at or really getting on, most people aren't going wide open throttle when they're riding around.
Right.
But for the Yamaha, we're at 4.42 seconds compared to the Sea-Doo, which is ripping it at 4.36 seconds.
A tenth faster.
Yeah, man.
It's splitting hairs. That's a tenth of a second, but
It is splitting hairs,
The
but
Sea-Doo definitely has the clear edge all the way up.
that's wild. I mean,
Yeah.
across the board.
I was not expecting that.
No. I, to be honest, in all fairness, I really thought the Yamaha had the Sea-Doo in this comparison. That
I
just
did too.
that really got me.
Yeah.
Admittedly, both Jerry and I kind of agreed, and we were teasing each other that we really thought the Yamaha was going to walk away with this one.
Yeah.
But we got to admit our surprise, our pleasant surprise, with the RXT-X 300. The RXT-X 300 carried the win all the way across the board on this one. The numbers are the numbers. Now I know there's going to be a lot of you guys who are going to fight this out in the comment section. That's fine. I get it. what you're gonna do. But in this comparison, in this shootout, we tried to make it as absolutely even as humanly possible. All right, so what's the takeaway here? The takeaway is that Sea-Doo started with a brand new Watercraft from the ground up blank piece of paper. And this new RXT-X 300 not only is a really comfortable ski, one that's got a lot of innovation that both you and I like, but also one that really does perform. And it performs a lot better than a lot of you guys and us really thought. This thing really is a monster. So again, we don't like to do shootouts, but when we do, we give you everything.
And we keep it as accurate as possible.
That's right.
And unbiased.
Well, Jerry, thank you for your time.
Yeah, man. I enjoyed it. Thank you for inviting me.
Oh, my pleasure. Thanks for being our guinea pig and
Yeah.
letting us invade your private testing spot.
Yep.
Really, really liked it.
Enjoyed it.
Great. Guys, you've been watching Long Haul. I'm Kevin Shaw. Make sure to check us out Monday through Friday at watercraftjournal.com. And of course, make sure to join and be a part of the community of greenhope.net.